First Take is presented by Chase Sapphire Preferred, designed to reward you for being you. And in part by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. And La Quinta. Wake up on the bright side at La Quinta Inns and Suites.
Be sure to tune into First Take all week long. More college coaches stopping by, and on Thursday, rapper Future is promoting his new album, and Friday, actor Jake Gyllenhaal, his new movie, Southpaw, which comes out on Friday. While reports indicated a rift existed between CP3 and DeAndre Jordan, Paul said at the first annual Players Awards that it doesn't matter what people say and that he's unbelievably happy to have Jordan back with the Clippers. CP3 said DeAndre's like his big little brother. Stephen A., are you buying all is right with those two?
I'm buying all is right. I'm not buying that all was right. They needed to talk. They needed to hash things out. Chris Paul swears that he wasn't aware that there was a problem. As far as he was concerned, it wasn't true. But DeAndre Jordan is a sensitive lad. It was overblown to some degree, but they butt heads. At the end of the day, Chris Paul was trying to win. He's a pit bull. And if you're shooting 39% from the free throw line but leaving practice early, Chris Paul's going to have a problem with that. But Blake Griffin, everything he said in that article was absolutely on the money. And they are friends.
I'm sure there was some clearing of the air, some I really love you, man, I really love you, man. But you know and I know, by January, February, Chris Paul will still get on DeAndre, and DeAndre won't love it, even though he will deserve it, because he always deserved what Chris Paul said to him.
Chris Paul is a great point guard, and he's trying to win. He's going to get on you if you ain't giving it all.
Back here tomorrow, 10 a.m. on The Deuce. Thank you so much for hanging with us, and have a fantastic day.
It's a tough feeling to be that close in a major. It doesn't matter about the historical element of it. Just to be that close and on our biggest stage and to come up just short. You know, how many chances do you get? I believe I'll have plenty of opportunities like I did today. But still, when it doesn't quite work out, it's tough to swallow for a little bit. But, you know, going forward, I'm as confident as I was entering this week. This doesn't change anything. I'm looking forward to the PGA Championship.
In case you missed it, Jordan Spieth was trying to win his third consecutive major this year at St. Andrews, something that hasn't been accomplished in over 50 years. His historic run cut short when he finished one shot out of the playoffs. Zach Johnson instead hoisted the claret jug. However, 2 majors at the age of 21, still nothing to sneeze at, and one Tiger Woods had 14 majors at the age of 39. When it's all said and done, who wins more majors, Stephen A.?
I'm going to go with Jordan Spieth.
Really?
Listen, first of all, Tiger's been looking awful. We all know this. People want to point to, I had a call on my radio show, Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio, 1 to 3 Eastern Time every weekday.
Channel 85.
Channel 85. Channel 85, even though they're about to switch Channel 82 in about a month or two. But we're getting into that later.
85 for now.
85 for now. Here's the deal. When you look at Tiger, his greatness cannot be denied. 79 titles, 79 tournament wins, 14 majors. It is what it is. He was nothing short of spectacular, but he seems to be a shell of himself. In order for him to get it back, you have to assume 3 things. Number 1, his head case issues will be completely resolved. Number 2, his health issues will be completely resolved. Okay? And number 3, that age and attrition, a.k.a. Father Time, will be defeated. Who's beating Father Time? I can't see it. Now, this is the sport of golf. People have won beyond the age of 30, beyond the age of 40. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, did they come up from the abyss of where he's at? I don't believe so. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, when we look at Spieth, this is where things get interesting for Spieth. Watching him yesterday, Skip, the 50-foot putt on 16, it was spectacular. Then he turned around and bogeyed 17. I was doing play-by-play on my radio. So
Wait, you were doing Stephen A. Smith doing play-by-play of golf on his radio show?
You know, Skip,
I got to get a tape.
Skip, I got to get your link. You'd have been proud of me. You'd have been proud of me. I'm trying to tell you. I was doing play-by-play. This is unbelievable. I loved every moment. Actually, I was really enjoying myself doing it. It was a lot of fun.
It could be straight comedy, too.
It could be.
It could be. We should post it on Funny or Die, right?
Combination of both, but the difference is it wasn't like I didn't know what I was talking about because I was watching, and obviously I've learned so much of the game from you, so I'm good. I'm straight. You. I'm straight. But the point is that watching this stuff, watching it unfold, here's what I love about Spieth. His skill set can't be denied. But what I really like about him is that the quality of his game elevated the more ticked off he got.
Yep.
And then he had tied Leishman, you know, and Zach Johnson on the leaderboard, both 15 under before he bogeyed.
He did.
Okay. What I'm saying is I'm watching this stuff unfold, and I'm like, wait a minute. He's already got 2 majors. He's going for history here, trying to get 3 in a calendar year. Nobody has done it since Ben Hogan in 1953. You know, nobody has ever done it in a calendar year. And on top of it all, in terms of the Grand Slam of golf, only 5 people in the history of the game have done it, period. And none of them have done it in a calendar year. So all of this stuff is creeping up. And here is Spieth just going methodically about the business of doing what he does. That impressed me. And that shows the mental fortitude, not just the skill. Then we have to take into account that although he's 21, and we don't want to be presumptuous in terms of what his behavior may be, because he is a young man, single, free to do what he wants to do and shouldn't be judged in any other way.
But he has a long-time girlfriend.
But yeah, he has a long-time girlfriend. I'm simply saying that one would assume, based on all we've heard about him, that he's pretty level-headed. So if he's pretty level-headed, then the only question is, can he stay healthy? Because his game ain't going to go anywhere. Tiger Woods is the one who changed his coach. He's got 4 different coaches, maybe on a 5th after if he gets rid of Como. He's changed his swing on numerous occasions. He's changed his club on numerous occasions. It's a back injury. It's a knee injury, etc. Spieth doesn't have these issues. So if he stays healthy, then to me, he's 21. He's 21 with 2 majors, might have a 3rd by next month. I'm like, wait a minute. He's got nothing but time on his side. And so now if he were 30, I would say no way. But the fact that he's 21 just getting started.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, it's 4 majors a year. What's the problem? You talk about 4 majors. I mean, do the math. You understand what I'm saying? 4 times 18. You know, you got
or 19. Go to 40.
For 19 or whatever.
76.
You got 72 to 76 opportunities. You know, to win 12. He can't do that. Yes, he can.
And Nicklaus won the Masters at 46.
Yes, he can.
You might win another one after 40.
I'm just looking at it and I'm like, hey, it's very possible.
Okay.
Very possible and far more reliable. If you bet your money, it's far more reliable to bet on Spieth than it is on Tiger at this juncture. Absolutely.
So, Molly, quick backstory here. Yeah. Stephen A. Smith asked to go first on this question because he told me he didn't have that much to say, so he'd start and I could finish.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man.
You had a lot to say.
I'm sorry, man.
Hey, you know your golf, man. You become a golf nut. Stephen A. Smith.
I wouldn't say that. Listen, man, I've always been a great student. When it comes to golf, you're the teacher, I'm the student. I will
You're learning rapidly.
And then just the way you've learned about basketball. I mean, you actually are allowed to talk about basketball.
Shots fired.
Yeah. But you forgot. You
forgot. You were still in diapers.
That's right. But you actually forgot. You actually forgot.
I forgot all that.
And I reeled you back to the modern day era. That's all.
Back to Molly's question.
Yes, sir.
I also believe that Jordan Spieth will win more majors than Tiger. I'm going to presume Tiger will not win another major. Are you ready to go there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm saying no more majors.
Yeah.
14 finished. And yet, I think it's going to be difficult for Jordan Spieth to win 13 more majors to get to 15. That is no done deal. I wouldn't bet a lot of money on it, even though he's now the 9-2 favorite going into the PGA, as you allude to. That's pretty great. So doing that math, if we take the next 19 years up to age 40 times 4, that's 76. So he would have to win 13 majors in 76 attempts.
Got you.
That's given, as you point out so accurately, health, on and off the course, mental and physical health. Right. You know, you can't have any tragedies in your life, and we all have something go wrong. You can't have any scandals. You can't, and we would bet on him because he's shown us he's a really good kid so far. Right?
Can I ask you a real quick question before we go? Skip Bayless, when we talk about the mental aspects of the game, what sport do you find it to be most important in? I never thought about golf.
Mental toughness?
I'm just talking about the distractions and all of it, just life. I never thought about golf until Tiger. Ever.
Play-by-play.
Yeah. I don't know.
Now you do play-by-play.
Okay, now I ask you, what is the most important aspect of dominating golf? It's not hitting it off the tee. I'm going to go back to the oldest cliche in golf. You drive for show, but you putt for dough.
Right.
Okay, so it's putting. What did Tiger Woods do most dominantly during his? He was an all-time great putter. 6 feet and in, Tiger was shockingly money. Like, that's hard. Those 6-footers are just, that's the hardest putt for me, I know. Those are the ones I gag the most. He would just hit them like they were 1-footers. And I got to say, I got one small lingering doubt about Jordan Spieth. At a very early age, he resorted to cross-handed putting. Left hand low, left hand below the right, even though he putts right-handed.
Yes, that's right.
He throws left-handed, which is interesting, so he's ambidextrous. But the point is, did he suffer with his putting early on and say, I got to go with a little bit of a gimmick? Though some people say that's the way you should putt. But all the great putters in the history of the game, starting with Tiger Woods, going back to Ben Crenshaw, Bobby Locke, I can go on and on, they all putted conventionally. So that bothers me a little bit because what's his demon right now? What got him on 17 yesterday, as you point out? It's a 6-foot putt. That was a 7-foot putt. Yeah. He's having a little bit of psychological problems with this thing where he'll look at the hole sometimes to putt.
And not only that, look at when it happened. It happened with him on the verge of making history at St. Andrews. You never know how that kind of stuff can linger mentally because he has to get over that.
He's going to have to get through it. I know.
If he turns around and wins the PGA, if he does that,
I agree.
After this, it's a cinch.
So by Jordan Spieth's standards, some people have acknowledged that he's been the best putter in the game for the last 3 or 4 months. He was awful with the flat stick at St. Andrews. He had 5 free putts in round 2 when he shot even par. Yesterday he had the 4 putt. He had a double bogey on 8. That should have ended him. But what happened?
He came back.
Resilience. He bounces back as hard as anybody I've ever seen. And he makes the 60-footer you taled about on 16. And I thought he's going to win this thing.
That's when I thought. I actually screamed on the radio.
And by the way, his putt on 18. It was just an inch away from the Valley of Sin. That's how close he came to a playoff. So given all that, I still think he's going to be right in the mix on a whole lot of majors, and I think he will pass Tiger.
Okay.
We agree. All right, let's give Zach Johnson a little love, though. Congrats to him.
Congrats.
Hey,
walking to
now
the
we
desk
got a
now
golfer.
Is someone who knows a lot about winning. SEC royalty, South Carolina head coach Steve Spurrier joins the desk when we return.
I love when this man comes here.
He can
Hey, he can strike it. He can strike it. How you doing, Coach?
Stephen A. Good
seeing you again.
Okay, hey,
Coach, nice to meet you.
Good seeing you.